Hey, welcome to the Hobbynomicon. It's day 162. I have a lot that I'm excited about to show you today.
Working on a lot of things. A lot of stuff isn't quite ready for a video yet, but I have something very cool to show you that I'm very proud of. I kicked my ass trying to get it to work, but I finally got it to work. Whoa, beard's going and wherever it wants to go. So I'm going to show you the board where it's at. The glue is finally dry. I'm going to show you, I got a totally new idea, not a totally new, but a new idea for the demon prints. Finally got something to show you.
Stuck my finger down in it. That was silly. Not quite. I want to make sure this is locked in place before I start getting too crazy with it. So we'll give that another day. But this over here is what I really want to talk about.
Welcome to the Hobbynomicon, and today we have a problem. So this is now 12 hours later, right? That one's squishy and it's severely bubbled. But this one I probably should not be touching this with my bare hands here. But the inside didn't actually cure. So those I was able to pop out, but like the toad and the thing I actually really wanted cast is the same way. I'm guessing maybe I got a bad batch of resin or whatever that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in my deep freezer, let them sit for the rest of the day, and then hopefully they get hard enough that I can pop them out of the silicone, because I don't really know how else. I don't want to, I think like I'm kind of screwed otherwise, because I don't want to lose. Okay, I got very lucky, saved the molds. Mostly I got to do some cleanup on the frog, but I'm going to try it again. I don't understand what went wrong. I think maybe it was too cold. So I'm going to try it again. If it doesn't work this time, I know that just something went bad in the stuff. Okay, we're looking and feeling much better. It's been 40 minutes. We're posted up. I'm going to check out the frog. I just put a little bit in here. I didn't really plan on making a frog last time.
Oh yeah, this is the first thing I've like brought into the world that didn't exist. Whoops, before I made it.
Okay, so this is probably my oldest possession. It used to be connected to a bigger chunk, and you can kind of see like when it like detached from the big chunk, that's where this was, and it just fell off one day. And I've had this ever since I was a kid. Like I've always just had this sitting on my desk because I found the big chunk and I thought it was cool, and I've always had it, and it's just like survived. So even like the very first miniature I ever painted, this was on the desk that I painted it on, and it's had this divot right here. And I was looking at the demon prints because I didn't really feel like I really did enough to it myself to like customize it myself, and then I was like, could I put something on its back? And look at how perfectly this like lines up. Like it's pretty crazy. Like there's definitely a little bit of wiggle room, but it's almost perfect to line up to the back that I sculpted unintentionally. So I made a couple of tweaks to it, like temporarily, just to change up like some of the more gross on the side. And because the first one failed, there is like, those aren't bubbles, they're bumps from the other one being, I didn't get it all off. So I got to sand it. So I'm not actually going to attach it yet, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do stuff to the bottom, and this is tomorrow. So it'll be the monolith bearer. And now the monolith will be chained to his back, and he's been blinded because he doesn't need eyes or ears or a nose, because the monolith tells him what to do and where to go. So it just I think it just adds so much flavor. It's really cool to like recast this, and eventually I'll get it set up and I'll throw these up on the site and let other people recast them, and just kind of like, this is my hobby rock that I've always had on my desk, and I'm sure you've seen it in a ton of videos. To get a ton of my hobby rocks out into the world would be really cool. Kind of like how the miscast toad and the demon prints themselves are. So I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but I'm working on getting it up. Working on a lot of things this week. This week is the last week before I turn 36. On Friday, I turn 36. So I'm using that as my deadline for getting a lot of things I've been wanting to do done and ready to go. Mostly like in motion, not like done, but in motion. So there's a lot of stuff in the works, but today it took me like 3 tries to get this out, just because of how, I don't know what I did wrong the first time I tried to cast it, but I'm so stoked for this. This is going to be the video tomorrow, is like locking this in and getting it done. So like I said, this is a kind of, this is the filler anime episode, but I don't know, this is a pretty big update for me, because like I made this thing, you know, like it didn't exist. I mean, it did exist kind of, but I made some tweaks to that, and I popped the stuff I blue tacked it off after I molded it. But I think it's pretty sick. I think it's pretty awesome, and it's like perfect. The mold is perfect. This one I got to sand those bumps off, but I'm pretty stoked. So tomorrow's gonna be a cool one because I'll finish this up. I'll get the chains on. Got to do some work to the arms probably, but we'll get the chains on and we'll get them painted or primed at least. And then it'll be time for the board.